Welcome everybody to In Our Truck Down America for race 7 out of 28 on the season. And tonight we face our first road course of the season live here from Sonoma Raceway in Sonoma County, California. We hit our first road course on the season, and with all the road course ringers in this series, this is going to be a great run. Running this newer Sonoma format, it's going to be a very interesting race. We're going to see how these truck drivers are able to manage to get around this track, and I am just thrilled to finally hit our first road course on the season. We've seen a lot of different drivers excel at tracks that they specialize in, and we've been waiting for that first road course. And following a win last week by David Dixon with a huge Hail Mary strategy call at IRP, we finally hit our first road course on the season. You see the trucks are lined up. We're ready to go. Let's get into the pre-race festivities. As we get into our race info here tonight at Sonoma, 70 mile per hour winds, 70 mile per hour winds, 70-degree weather, 5 mile per hour winds going northwest, 2.52 miles around this track. Are running the short version of Sonoma that they started running in 2023. 33 laps, 83 miles. So we'll see what Manny Candamill Jr. is able to do in his first pull on the season. His season's trending upwards. Our first road course on the season, we'll see how these drivers attack these turns. We might see some incidents, but yellow flags are on, but I don't know if we'll see a lot of yellows here today. The trucks have seen there seems to be a real pace difference like we saw in that first speedway at Rockingham, where these road course ringers really drive away. But some road course ringers are starting in the back, so we'll see how a couple of guys like Charlie Davenport can slice through the field. But besides that, that's all we really need to know for race info. 33 laps. Could be a long race, could be short. Time will tell, likely an hour long, but here on the Saturday night. So as we get into our standings, Sergio Vittoria, 6-point lead over David Dixon. Dixon got the win last week at RRP, made a great strategy call. We'll see how it plays out this week for him. And Vittoria starting near the back here tonight. We'll see how it goes for him. William Ayers got that win at, I don't know why it says Williams, that's my bad, William. But he got that win at Martinsville. Almost got the win at IRP last weekend. His home track just didn't have the pace. Made a lot of contact with the wall. Landed a lot of back still sitting there. Rongo and Adrian Gale. And I just realized I did not recolor these number cards either. So a lot of mistakes on the standing graphics. Sorry, guys. And if I said Adrian Gale's on the pole in this pre-race intro before this, sorry. We're filming this a lot of days after, folks. So besides that, yeah, Matthew Hubert's still sitting on this cut line along with Bjornsson. This cut line is changing every week, so there's not really that much of a difference between drivers when it comes to points. So we'll probably, when we get to Mexico City, that's when we'll see a lot of guys lock themselves in points-wise to the chase. But right now, this cut line is shifting every weekend as guys on the cut line continue to struggle. So if Matthew Hubert isn't able to get a good performance here today, he could be a guy that falls out of the chase. So it's really going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. And now we're going to get into our first ever taking a look at the drivers segment. So we'll go throughout the grid and take a look at a couple of drivers in this race to watch out for. As we get to our first driver to look out for here today, it is our pole sitter, Manny Candamill Jr. Trending in the right direction this season. He's had some lackluster performance to start off the season. Has gotten turned a lot. Has been, honestly, the driver that's gotten wrecked the most. And it hasn't really been his fault, but here's starting on the pole. He is a road course ringer. Starting alongside this Australian Adrian Gill, so we'll see what the Colombian Candamill Jr. can do here tonight. And yeah, first time we're racing on Saturday, so we'll see if Manny Candamill Jr. becomes the man on Saturdays, starting here in first. Then right alongside him for our next driver to look out for is Adrian Gill. Fastest in practice all week. He has a fast truck, fastest in happy hour, fastest in our main 30-minute practice session. So Gale really fast this week. It's going to be interesting to see how he does here tonight. Really has snuck his way into the chase, and he's really trending upwards in the right direction. If there's a guy that's really stepped it up this season, making his first start at Las Vegas with Roxy D'Angelo, he has raced really good, and he's just getting better and better every week. Before we get into our next two drivers, actually, I want to highlight some people that we don't really have graphics for, but Skylar Taylor and Brandon Haynes starting here in row 2. Haynes has struggled in the past few weeks, but this could be the race that he has his coming out party. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Okay, let me stop. This could be the race that he just steps up and finally gets that first win. he got the pole at Las Vegas, but got in a huge bad wreck. So we'll see how he does here tonight. Skylar Taylor alongside him as well. He had some issues last week where everybody thought he was going to start on pole, but here tonight he's starting fourth, so we'll see what he can do. But as we move on to our next driver to look out for, it is going to be this number 33 of Davey Wallace, making his first start here in our Truck Night in America, starting eighth. Our final driver to sign up. We'll see what Wallace can do. He's turned out to be a really good driver, so we'll see what Wallace can do here tonight. I don't know, there's not much to say. We don't really have that much info on him, but Wallace has really impressed us this week in practice because, you don't see a lot of guys come here and immediately impress. Well, we did see that with Tyreek McLean, but that was it. And let me take that off. Sorry, folks. We saw that with Tyreek McLean, and we'll see what Wallace can do in his first start. He is starting on the inside road, so it's going to be tough going to turn one. Hopefully he can stay out of incidents, but yeah, Wallace making his first start. We'll see what he can do here tonight. And then next, as we get into our next driver, is going to be going all the way back here. A lot of trucks starting near the back. But it is going to be this 43, Charlie Davenport. He was one of the fastest drivers in practice all week, but unfortunately was not able to put together a good qualifying performance. So struggling in qualifying all week. All week. Struggling in our qualifying session. We'll see what he can do. He was really fast in practice, so he might carve his way throughout this field, but he's got to stay out of some incidents because this is a track where you could get caught up in somebody else's mess. So we'll see what Davenport's able to do, but starting near the back is not a great start to this Sonoma weekend. So besides that, that's all we have for our drivers to look out for, folks. Next thing to really go through is our starting grid. So as we get all the way back up here, that's going to be all for our drivers to look out for segment. And as we get into our starting lineup, row 1 is going to be Manny Candamill Jr. and Adrian Candamill. His first pole, honestly, gets that extra point. Row 2 will be Brandon Haynes and Skylar Taylor. Row 3 will be Sierra Cooper and Carl Young having some good qualifying performances. Row 4 will be Landon Laudenbach and Davey Wallace. Row 5 will be William Ayers and James Daniel. Row 6 will be Reggie Fogelman and Eric Monaco. Row 7 will be Roxy D'Angelo and Mateo Castillo. Row 8 will be Nathan Stapleton and Peter Onjak. Row 9 will be Nicholas Torres and Matthew Hubert. Row 10 will be Evan Marisi and Rocco Dorn. Row 11 will be Angel Gutierrez and Bjorn Fajornsson. Row 12 will be Monica Pato and Clinton Buchanan. Row 13 will be Dylan Matiska and Trevor Vaden. Row 14 will be Travis Rowland and David Dixon, who won last week. Row 15 will be Sebastian Lopez and Gabriel Candamill. Row 16 will be Jerry Chen and Matt Morley. Row 17 will be Charlie Davenport and Tyreek McLean. And row 18 will be rounding out our field 19 of Ryan Little and the 92 of Charlie Davenport, Senjo Vittoria. So that's our starting grid for the race, guys. Let's get into our starting commands, and we'll get this race rolling. Thank you guys for sticking around and watching this pre-race show. Let's get to racing, folks.
Sonoma Raceway fans, please welcome from Impractical Jokers, James Murray. Drivers, start your engine!
And you see the trucks are ready and rolling. We're about to get to this green flag. And the green flag's out here at Sonoma. Manny Candamill Jr. looking for a big win on the season. Alrighty, contact between the 02. Taking a very close line. Oh, really chopping off the nose of that number 1 truck. Now, moving into lead is going to be Adrian Gale in that 02 truck. The Australian's driving away now. But Manny Candamill Jr., a terrible start. He's still sitting in second, but really made some contact with that 02 there, and that's going to take him all the way down. Now Haynes is trying to move into 4th, making a battle with Young for a second, but now Young's going to foul in front of that 71 of Manny Candamill Jr. So now Adrian Gale's leading with the 99 of Manny Candamill Jr. on the chase. Behind them, side by side, Wallace and Ayers. Oh, but now look at Landon Lauterbach looking for a pass on the 25 of Carl Young now. Road course racing can be very boring, but there can be some good battles throughout the field. That's what makes this track unique. So we're going to see a couple battles throughout the day, but these guys battling side by side right now. Look at Davey Wallace. Unfortunately, he's going to have to pull out there. And oh, that 18, James Daniel now looking for a pass on him. But coming back around, it's going to be this 0-2 of Adrian Gale with a huge lead already as a gap is growing. But they got to take this turn very, very slow. You don't want to have a big incident, but as we come back to the line, we get this ticker up. Let's go check out some of the back of this field. Davenport making up some positions. Chen just announced this week that Caterpillar will be back on the truck next week for Texas. Caterpillar and Spire finally figured out their issues. It was just some communication issues, but they finally figured it out, so they're going to be back together next week. Look at Angel Gutierrez, the kid from California, trying to make a pass almost 3 wide between Rogaldorn and that 7 of Matthew Hubert from behind. Oh, and they're around. There goes Gabriel Candamill and 04, Tyreek McLean, and Matt Morley. I don't know if the caution's out. It's not, so they get around there. Let's go check out the replay in a second, but those 3 got around. There's no caution out on track. The officials not throwing too many cautions here today, or only on lap 2. As we go back up to the front, still Adrian Gale leading, but let's go check out that replay. So we're here with the replay. You see Matt Morley and the 13 get contact, and they're going to slide up in front of the 92 and 04, so some huge contact. They luckily get it figured out, but that is a tough incident to start off this race. Thankfully, there's no caution out on track, so they did get it figured out, but let's get back up to the front of this pack. But man, oh man, that already sets that 13 back. But his brother's chasing down this number 02 right now. Can Manny Candamill Jr. get his first win on the season? What a win it would be for that 99 team. He's really struggled this year. He's faced a lot of adversity, and what a win it would be. But we still have 31 laps to go in this race. Coming around, it's going to be 30. So it's a lot of racing to go in this race. But side by side, look at Nathan Stapleton running really low. He's got a lot of guys coming on his outside now. Pit strategy in this race is going to be very interesting. That number 23 really chops off the nose. Torres. Stapleton's going to send it really low. Look at Nathan Stapleton now, side by side with that 23. Can he get the pass off? No, he doesn't. Not quite getting the move off there, but pit strategy is going to be interesting in this race. I think it's going to be pretty split. I don't have a really estimated time on when they'll come in, but side by side here, Chen and Vittorio are point leader really struggling. He's going to need a good performance. David Dixon luckily isn't performing too well either, so there shouldn't be too much of a shift in the points. Vittorio's been really consistent this season. But look at this gap forming between these top 2 cars and the rest of everybody else. Everyone else in this field. So these guys are starting to distance themselves a little bit. Haynes trying to chase down this number 1 of Skylar Taylor. Taylor, a really fast trucker. The Rocket Man is his nickname. We'll see what he can do here tonight. He's got to chase down these other guys, but he's got Haynes closely behind him. And they're starting to single file out a little bit. Side by side, there actually is 2 teammates. These aren't teammates. They're 4 teammates, the 29 and 81. But they figured that out pretty quickly. Now Dixon was looking to get past Veda. Veda made his first start last week, finishing 10th. 11th. Was it 10th? No. Yeah. I think it was 10th. Yeah, so he got in top 10 in his first ever start. So a great finish for him. We'll see if he's able to do what Adrian Gale does and really make some big gains throughout the season, as we have still a long way to go till the chase. 11 more races. So actually, it's kind of getting shorter. See, this move almost got done here for that 27, but the race of the chase is just heating up as we go on, and we don't have that many races left, but we ended Indianapolis, so a big crown jewel event. Probably our second longest race of the year we'll have besides Charlotte. Charlotte's going to be a really long race. As it is in real life, it is a patriotic race, so we might try to make some patriotic schemes, but Charlotte's going to be the longest race on the year, but look at Adrian Gale still growing out this lead. Gale in a league of his own right now, and we'll see if he can still wow, what am I saying? We'll see if he can continue this pace throughout the race. We'll see if there will be a drop. There will be a fall off between pace as this race goes on, but I feel like if you get a good lead at a road course, you just got to hold on for the rest of the race. But right now, he is doing a pretty good job at that. But Haynes really getting close to this number one now. Skylar Taylor, he might be looking for a move into turn one. They're really on his back bumper now. We'll see if Haynes is able to get around them. Haynes won the pole at Las Vegas, but unfortunately wrecked out. So he's still hungry for a performance. But way it's panning out right now, sitting currently fourth, this would be a great points day. And there is a lot of active drivers who unfortunately struggle, but I mean, you can't progress your driver. It's only season one. We have many more seasons to come. Custom teams next year will make it more different with how some trucks are built better at some tracks than others. We might see a team that dominates on super speedways. Take Colleague Racing as an example in real life. When they were in their prime, they really dominated at super speedways because of their teamwork. So there could be a couple teams that dominate at super speedways. Short ovals in real life is Penske's cup of tea. So it's really how you build your trucks next season. And this 45 really jolts out a little bit. Haynes still on the back of this number one. Can he get the move done is the question. But yeah, so next season, still a long ways to go. But when we get to our regular season finale, we're likely to see a lot of news come out for next season. We don't have any right now, but it's going to start heating up throughout the season. Race 9, our first race will really see drivers try to lock themselves into next season. Some guys might not be returning next year. We might see some rookies, but the community is still growing. So if you are interested and you're not in the Discord server, you'll find the link in the description. But we're starting to race on Saturday nights here. It gives us more time throughout the week to get some more stuff done. I'm looking at some more stuff to the pre-race shows. Like, I want to do maybe some segments where we go over interviews with drivers, but I don't know yet. But look at Gale still with a huge gap over Candamill Jr. Candamill Jr.'s start was just not really good. I mean, Gale was the fastest in practice all weekend, so this isn't a shocker that he's leading right now, but Candamill Jr. could have really started this race better, and now he's sitting second now. This is a terrible performance, but with the predicament he is in right now, sitting really low in the point standings, any points you can get is crucial. So he did get that extra pole point, so that is something that's he did get, but it's not 1 point. I mean, 1 point could be a difference when it comes to the end of the season, but we go throughout this pack, still pretty much single file. These guys are really grouped up right here. Clinton Buchanan just, unfortunately, his name has just really slowed down as the season has progressed. We saw him leading the points after the first two races, but now he's just struggling. But look at Davenport here. He's up to 29. He's made up a couple positions after starting at the rear. He's still got a long ways to go, but we'll see what he can do. He had one of the fastest trucks in practice, but his qualifying pace all season just hasn't been that great. We'll see if that race to stop Suicide Machine can get something done, though. That 88 running really wide here. Can Sebastian Lopez make a move? It doesn't look like it right now, but he's going to drive off now. I'm trying to find battles in this field. Sorry, folks. Oh, somebody run wide there. We will see mistakes at this track. We saw that with that first spin we had between the 04 and them. There will be mistakes, so there hasn't been anything major yet besides that first incident, but throughout this race, if someone really jolts out and gets into the sand or dirt, I guess, around this track, you could struggle a little bit. So it's not out the realm of possibility of a caution here tonight, but right now they're keeping it going. And let's ride on board with this number 99 of Manny Candamill Jr., our pole sitter. really nice hearing the inside of that truck there as we rode along with Gale. Manny Candamill Jr. This gap is really growing. It's grown to 3 seconds now. So Gale is still gaining time. But I do think pit strategy here tonight is going to be a key to winning this race. If you make the wrong call, you could see yourself on the wrong side of the... Dude, I cannot commentate tonight for some reason. Wrong side of the odds, whatever you call it. But if Gale with this 3 second gap he has right now, he shouldn't be in too much trouble. But other guys, if you make one wrong call, you could really be struggling and be behind a lot of guys. And it's really hard to pass at a road course. Unless you're really talented, you can struggle. So see what they cook up in the strategy books here tonight. But right now, Gale's still dominating this race. And Gale from Australia, we have a couple of drivers that are international. Actually, a good amount. Andretti's mostly Colombian. We have a New Zealander, David Dixon, his neighbor. Adrian Gill's leading right now. Manny Candamill Jr., Thor Sport, they have. They're from, actually, I think they're from Colombia. I might be mistaken. Sorry if I get your hometown wrong. Actually, wow, look how wide that number 99 just drove. But, yeah, so we have a lot of international drivers in the series. As we head to Texas next week, I'm not sure if we have any home drivers in Texas, but let's check here real quick because there isn't much else to do, so... home drivers going this next week. Adrian Gill. Angel Gutierrez is the only guy that's really from California in this race, but as we look towards next week, doesn't look like we have any guys from Texas, so that's interesting to look at. Not really anybody from Texas. Actually, Reggie Fogelman's from Texas, so we'll see if Fogelman's actually able to get something done at his home track next week. He's had a pretty solid season. Fortunately, fell out the points. He just really fell victim to how close this cutoff line is. So, we'll see if he's able to get a win at his home track. This gap is growing so much. I look like these other guys pitted for a second. How fast Adrian Gill is going right now. If we look at the fastest lap in this race, he's over a second faster than these guys. So Gale is flying. Actually, his teammate of Tyreek McLean actually has the second fastest lap, but McLean is really running towards the back in his own, really running on his own right now after he got involved in that first incident, so just not been able to get back up there, which, yeah, if you get involved in an incident, a caution isn't called, you're likely going to be out of this race, which a caution shouldn't have been called there, because those guys spun it and didn't really make contact with anybody else, so that was a good call by those officials there. So, yeah, and yeah, so it looks like Reggie Fogelman's the only guy from Texas, unless Davey Wallace is from Texas, but I don't really know. I have to check real quick. Nope, he's from Pocono. So, yeah, only Reggie Fogelman next week. So still a ways to go in this race. It's about, I think lap 17 will be our halfway point. I might be mistaken. Yeah, lap 16, 17-ish. 16.5 if we were to be exact is going to be our halfway point. So, yeah. Man, oh man, this 02 is really fast. We've seen a lot of guys, when they're in their own territory, such as speedways, we saw Laudenbach, Vittoria, and Onjack drive away at Rockingham, but we're seeing Gale put on a show here tonight at Sonoma as he's really driving away. These guys still behind, not really any more passes going on. I'm more curious when we'll see our first real big mistake in the middle of this race. As guys lose grip and maybe stay out, they might make some mistakes, but right now they're keeping it clean. But you know, here in our Truck Night America, anything can happen, so... Oh, here we go. Look at this number 98 of Evan Mauricio looking to make a pass on the 38 of Peter Onjack. Can he get the move off? That 38 Loves Machine. Looks like he's going to get the better run coming out of this corner. Yes, he will. And road courses to look at coming up in the season will be Mexico City, Canadian Tire, Watkins Glen, and I think there's one more, but that is our tracks that we are planning on running. Mexico City and Canadian Tire haven't been tested yet. These guys are getting really close right here. They haven't been tested yet, but we'll see if anything comes out of that. Oh, there we go already. Oh, really close contact. Oh my gosh. The 52 somehow avoided the tire barrels there, but the 26 ran right into the back of that 52, and we almost saw maybe our first caution of the day, as they would have got in front of all these guys. But now look at Matthew Hubert looking to make a pass, but man, oh man, he's going to have to pull out of that one. But wow, that was really close. That 26 really got into the back of that 52 of Eric Monaco there. I don't know how Eric Monaco kept it going, but he did. And we're talking about the first mistake or caution in this race, and we almost just saw it right there in front of our eyes, which seems to be a trend this season. Let's see how Gutierrez, if he can get past Matthew Hubert here, who sits on the cut line. This is his home track, but right now he's not running too well. This too was really consistent to start off the season, but unfortunately he's just fallen off a little bit, which has been the story for a lot of guys. But here he goes now, trying to make a pass on Matthew Hubert, running that lower line. We haven't seen it be that successful here in this race, and yeah, he's not going to get a good run coming out of the corner. And we'll see if anything goes into this turn. But man, oh man, I'm still thinking about that contact that Eric Monaco almost had with those tire barrels. That was really close, and that could have ended very badly. But they still kept it going miraculously. Still no pit stops so far in this race. Oh, look at the 23 of Nicholas Torres, and look at Nathan Stapleton. Look at all these guys running really low to get under them. Those guys are really pushing it close to the tire barrels. One guy jolts out just a little bit and make contact. We could see someone go head on, and that could be a very bad wreck. Oh, that looked bad for a second. Look at the 33 of Davey Walsh was running really wide, but here we go. Reggie Fogelman, his home tracks next week, and he's running 10th right now, so put up a good performance. If we go back up front, this gap's still growing about 5 seconds now. 20 more laps left in this one. 2 laps away from the halfway point when he crosses the line. But this one has been surprisingly clean. I thought we would see way more wrecks, but you know, they're actually doing pretty well. So this AI not having too many issues. But these guys right here, this has been a close battle all day. And it's kind of intriguing to watch these guys near the back, but they're still running decent. Eric Monaco is currently running 13th. So Monaco hasn't had a very star-studded season, but he's still running decent. But these battles right here have been really close. So I'm curious if anything will pop off and cause an incident. But right now they're running pretty well. They go into this turn. That 23 is getting really close into his teammate. Very close once again. Nicholas Torres on the inside now. Can he get the pass done on Mateo Castillo? 2 Andretti trucks battling back and forth. At what point do you just really dive bomb it in there and just hope for the best? Because this 23 has gotten really close to the 26 a lot in this race, but hasn't been able to get anything done out of it, but still just really close to his teammate. And if he gets into the back of him, that's going to cause a chain reaction to that 52. And I don't think Eric Monaco really wants to be wrecked with the performance he's having so far. But man, oh man, there's nobody behind this 02. He's in a league of his own right now. Unless something shifts in this race, he is the man to beat right now. That 99 Manny Candamill Jr. Manny has a fast truck, but does he have a truck fast enough to beat this 02 is the question. And actually, this 02 is coming in, so 1 lap and a half away from the halfway point. In comes our leader of Adrian Gale. So we'll watch this transpire. We'll see if anybody else comes in. Doesn't look like it right now. We're going to change this up a view. And here comes our second place man, Manny Candamill Jr. These guys are going to stay out, so only the first few are coming in, it looks like. Yeah, the first 2 are coming in, but nobody else is. So the number 1 is going to assume the lead. We'll see how fast of a stop this number 1 can get. I mean, number 1, 02 can get. We'll see what they do. Do they go 2 tires? Do they go fuel only? It looks like they're going to take 4 fresh tires, get some fresh rubber on the machine, and yeah, so pretty simple stop for these guys. Gale's gonna get out first, so we'll see if he's able to march his way back forward in this pit battle. But pit stops can be crucial. Maybe that early stop isn't the move. Oh, this 38 is getting really close to the 17. We could see something pop off here. No, not quite, but wow. Oh, here we go. Nathan Stapleton really getting close. These guys are starting to get really squirmy in this little group right here. Keep it going. Oh, look at Nathan Stapleton. Is he running out of rubber or something? It looks like he might have some grip issues because he's running some odd lines in those turns. Looking a little bit loose, not having enough grip, it looks like. But he's keeping it going. Sorry if you hear my cat in the background. I don't know why they're meowing so much, but it's freaking 1 a.m. But, yeah, so a lot of guys are coming in now, so we'll see if anybody else stays out. But here comes the cavalry into pit road. They all pit on the opposite lap of the leader. And yeah, it looks like almost everybody's coming in. Stapleton was really struggling for grip there on that final lap. Here comes Gale and Candamill. So they look like to be the only ones that really, yeah, so it looks like Gale and Cannonball are going to be the only ones that stay out of this one. So we'll follow along with this, Matt Morley, where is he running? Last currently, about a whole ways off, but it looks like it is going to be Taylor coming out third. Fourth is going to be Haynes. There's a lot of contact there for a second. Trying to get the right camera angle. Well, these guys are having some bumps coming out of pit road. Keep it going, thankfully. But, yeah, so we hit a halfway point of this race. It doesn't seem like they're going to have to make another stop unless we hit overtime. But Gale's going to have even a bigger lead now coming out of this pit cycle, as he had a great stop as this number 99 had a decent stop. But actually, the gap looks like it's pretty much the same, maybe even a little bit of time gained on that number 02, I guess. I don't know how to say it. Oh, and look at Tyreek McLean. Oh, very close there. He probably has some big grip fall off likely. I don't know what he's running right now, but he definitely was. Yeah, he was involved in that first incident. He's running really slow. Oh, pop up. Sorry, folks. Running very slow. But now, yeah, he's going to be a sitting duck with all these fast trucks coming around now. So now McLean's going to be a sitting duck here, and we'll see if that causes any issues. But he keeps it going for now. He might come in now. We never know. Let's watch this 04 here. McLean, is he coming in? Yes, he is. So, yeah, there was some grip fall off there. The grip fall off is pretty massive here at Sonoma. Oh, here we go. We got a battle right here. Look at this 57 of Roxy D'Angelo trying to get past the 71 Landon Lauterbach. Is going to come up short there, but they're going to cross in front of this number 9 of William Ayers. Ayers not as close as I thought he was, but we're going to single file out once again. And yeah, this gap is about 5 seconds still, so I thought they gained some time, but I don't think they actually did. But we'll see if that turns into anything. Davey Wallace still in his first start, running 11th here. So guys making their first starts are running really well. But now he's got this 52 Eric Monaco right on his bumper. Monaco almost pushes him out the way there. Monaco saying welcome to the big leagues. And he's going to get past him likely here. Is he? No, Monaco leaves the door open. He doesn't quite clear him unless he gets a good run into this turn. Monaco is going to actually still side by side here. And Monaco is going to clear him. So what a pass by Eric Monaco here, but this 33 is closing up back on him pretty fast. But what a pass he made there, kind of moving him out the way. But can this 33 respond is the question. No, it doesn't look like he's that close enough. Oh, here we go. Look at these guys getting really close into this turn. And they managed to keep it going, but that 23, he is getting really close to his teammate of the 26 every time they hit that little I don't want to call it a paperclip, but turn there. Oh, look, Rox D'Angelo now still getting back up close to that number 71 Landon Laudenbach. But even if you finish second here for Manny Candamill Jr., this is still a great performance. Your season hasn't gone the way you wanted, but you're going to get a lot of development points. You can work off. You can work. You can use this. Yeah, I guess you can work off the progress you make this week and translate it into next week when we go to Texas. So ThorSport could be trending in the right direction. They haven't had really great performances. Even Marisi really showed up at the short tracks, but last weekend actually he struggled a little bit, which was a little bit shocking. Actually, I thought Marisi was going to perform really well there, but unfortunately he just didn't get anything going, and he was running near the back after a great performance at Martinsville. So ThorSport, could they be heading in the right direction? Some would say yes, some would say no. This might be our shortest race on the season. These guys, the way they're keeping it going right now, it looks like we're going to have almost a pretty much green flag race. David Dixon currently running. Davenport's actually a lap down. David Dixon running 24th, so Vittoria has to be running around 28th, 29th. Yeah, so 28th. So these guys that lead the points right now not running too well. Neither is Matt Morley. And Davenport's having some issues, and he's sitting on pit road now. We talked about how he was fastest, one of the fastest trucks in practice, and didn't have a great qualifying session. It looks like that qualifying session dilemma is translating into the race now, as he might be out of this one if he stays on pit road, because they might not be able to repair that truck. But guys are going to try to stay in these races. You do get a development point for finishing the race, so no matter how bad it gets, guys are still going to try to finish it. Tomorrow night is the Super Bowl, so maybe place your Super Bowl picks in the chat. Chiefs or Eagles or whatever, Celtics or 5, whatever the hell you got to say. As we got a pretty good matchup. Thankfully this race is on Sunday, because that would be bad if it was on the Super Bowl day. But look at Jerry Chen right now. Not running too well. Actually, this might be our back markers here, yeah. So these guys are off the pace. We were just speaking about Evan Marisi, so off the pace by a lot, and now him and Chen are struggling. I think we already mentioned earlier in this race how Chen's patented Caterpillar sponsor is actually returning on the truck. There was a report earlier this week. Actually, I have it up right here. Let me find it. Where is it? Oh yeah. Caterpillar Inc. will return as primary sponsor on board the Spire Motorsports number 77. The spokesperson for Spire Motorsports comments, there was some unfortunate miscommunication with Caterpillar that forced us to temporarily suspend our partnership with them. Unfortunately, we were able to work through the hurdles and will allow us to once again have this great partner of ours featured prominently on the 77 truck at the same capacity, not if greater before. So they will be returning next week for Texas on this number 77. So yeah, we'll shout out some media articles in these upcoming races. Not a lot of guys honestly post media articles in this series. A lot of other series do, but guys don't really put that effort in here. But you know, it is nice to see some clearing up on that Caterpillar incident, as we were all curious on what happened between Spire and Caterpillar. We might not ever know, but they did figure it out, so that is great to know. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. That becomes the 10 laps to go here soon. And what a dominant day it's been for Adrian Gale. He's almost led every lap in this race, and at this point he does have the most laps led, so he will get that extra point if he even if he loses this race. But I don't think it. I mean, it could happen. We could see overtime. We could see a mistake in the final laps until he takes that white flag. Actually, I don't think there won't. Actually, there won't be overtime this week because it is a road course, and we're not taking any risks with the better cautions EXE. So actually, there will not be any overtime. So this race does hit yellows with like lap 21. There would be overtime, but 31 or 32. There could be it, but unlikely because only a pace lap around here actually is only one lap. The NTNA officials actually do a good job at getting this back going pretty quickly because it is a road course. But Jerry Chen ahead, can be an issue for this 02 if you can't get around him, and this 99 maybe catch up. Maybe not, we'll see, but this gap hasn't really grown at all since we've checked, as it's actually stayed the same, about 5.7 off it's been this whole time. So next time around there would be 10 to go for this 02 truck, but we'll see if he's able to hold on. See, Neighbors win back-to-back races here. If Gill wins this one, it'll be David Dixon last week, the New Zealander, and the Australian Adrian Gill this week, which would be pretty neat. Saw a great burnout by that number 5 team last week, actually. Points leader, and Dixon's still struggling here. Vaden not running too well either. Matt Morley, I don't know where he's running. Morley actually is running 20th, so he's actually had the best performance. He might jump up in points after this race to first if the points play out in that way. It's starting to smooth out right here, though. Nobody really making any moves. We'll see if Haynes is able to get third from this number 1, but he hasn't really had the pace to pass this number 1 all race. So we'll see how he does. But overall, a great performance for this 45 team. They've hit some bad luck recently, but I mean, they're running well right now. So only about 30 minutes of race time here. So this race has gone by really fast. So we'll see next year if we run more laps, but so far, a decent race. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy NTNA. Join the Discord server. You have a decent community growing. About 47 members. 3 members off from 50. And, yeah, come be a part of the community. Get your spot in for next season. We don't have driver sign-ups yet, but we'll see how it plays out. Because I think, because everybody's going to be a free agent, so you could race for your own team, but we'll see how it goes. I actually want to get into that a little bit more. We did talk about it earlier in this race, but I am trying to aim for, like, maybe race 9 to start giving out some info about teams, team owning, because that's going to be very important. So probably race 9, race 12, a little bit before regular season finale. The regular season finale is actually going to be our first, we will have 4 activity checks, so if you check in the 2 or 3 out of the 4, you will have a spot next season. So if you guys could be returning, if you guys couldn't, but that will be really when we'll see who's going to be in the free agency pool next year. But now he's actually actually this gap grew by a lot. Gale's starting to now gain some time, maybe using the draft off that number 77 of Jerry Chen. I don't know if there's really draft at road course, but that gap grew by about 20, I don't even want to bother, 20 tenths, I guess. Listen, guys, I'm bad with numbers, so let's not make fun of me for not being able to tell these gaps, but the laps are ticking down here at Sonoma. Only a few more to go. It's been a dominant performance by Adrian Gill all weekend. Fastest in practice, didn't get the pole, but he's really turned up his A game here tonight. God, it might have a battle for me here. Actually, this number 2 of Angel Gutierrez is on pit road. They might be having some issues here. Well, actually, they're coming off the pit road, so we shouldn't see... I don't think we'll see any more pit stops, but it's not out of the picture. Oh! Wow. That was very close between Evan Marisi and this number 2. I was hoping it didn't end badly, but that was really stinking close to the end. That number 99 is actually getting some time now on that number 02 of Gale now, so Gale now losing time, so it's teetering back and forth as the laps tick down here at Sonoma. Could we see a thrilling finish? Odds are likely not happening, but you never know. Don't underestimate the ability of these drivers. We saw that last week, actually. A lot of lap traffic impacted that finish. Dixon was able to cruise to the finish after a long chase down, which this race, IRP was mostly a chase down race where you had to chase the leader, because if the leader had the lead, I mean, if the leader mostly controlled the race because he had a lot of lap traffic between him and the rest of the guys. So, what has been mostly a trend all season, it's been pretty hard to pass lap traffic. And we'll see if Gale's able to do it here, if he catches up within the next couple of laps. Which we have about, when he gets to the line, it's going to be 8 more laps to go. See how the gap is now. Ran away slower lap time that time around, actually, I think. 6:48. Actually, was that number 99? That number 99 lost some time, actually, a lot of time. But now look at this. His team, now he's losing some, now he's going to be battling with the 77 and the 13, who's a teammate and brother of the 99. So can Gale get past these guys quickly before this 99 catches up is the question. Oh, and Gale really gets high there now. Gale slid around that corner now, and Jerry 10's going to get back in front of him. So this could be an interesting play out now. Can Gale get past this lap traffic without this number 99 catching up? This is the worst case scenario here for the Australian. He has a Chevy teammate of 10 in front of him, but 10 not backing off, but the brother of the number 99 is right in front of him as well, and you know, Gabriel, he's going to try to help out his older brother here and hold up this 0-2 as much as he can. And they lose a lot of time there. So now this race could actually be a close finish after all. It's come to 7 more to go. And that was really close right there. So we're going to really have to watch along with this 0-2 of Adrian Gill, see if this 99 gained any time. No. Yeah, actually he gained a lot. He gained about a second on him. What to say? I thought this gap dropped another second. I was like, how slow is this 99 running as well? But he does gain some time, and he's right coming down the hill. So this is going to be really close if Gale gets stuck behind that 77 again. And Gale really slid in this corner right here last time, but he's going to keep it going now. But that last time he went there, I thought he could have hit that wall right there, which would have been a race ender by far. Candamill's got to hit his marks here. His crew chief has to talk to him through the way, tell him how he's supposed to approach this. Now Gale's starting to close back up on the 77, so his gap likely is going to stay the same because gets really close to the 77 and is unable to get a move off. And that 0-2 got a really good run. And actually, they're coming in for our last pit stop cycle of the day, so we will actually have one more pit stop cycle in this race now as Gale comes down. But does this 99 stay out? Maybe. No, he doesn't. He's going to have to rely on a fast pit stop here. This is going to put this number 1 in the lead, but we know they'll shuffle out in 3rd and 4th once again. But no mistakes needed here for this 0-2 team. Can you get the fast stop is the question. This is the race decider. This is where you get your money's worth. What can they do? Here we go. Looks like they're going to get 4 tires on this vehicle. Yes, they will. 4 tires it is. And he's going to gain a lot of time on pit road, it looks like, unless this number 99 speeds out. No, he's going to lose a good amount of time. Watch out for this lap traffic here. Does anybody make contact with Candamill or... Oh, David Dixon really getting close there. So, we'll see how this plays out here now. Gale luckily doesn't have that much guys in front of him now. So these guys will likely come in, but this is going to be something to watch out for now. With 3 to go in this race at the line. It is all popping off here now. No mistakes for this 0-2 team of Adrian Gale. Will Manny Candamill Jr. be the hero to here today and somehow get the win? It's looking very unlikely right now, but anything can happen here in our truck night in America. And here comes everybody else coming to pit road. Unless someone pulls a Hail Mary. Here we go. Look at this 15 of Reggie Fogelman staying out. We didn't see that last time. 11 of the Jorgensen staying out too. 2 Tricon Garage trucks staying out. But they have Gale right on their back bumper. Does Dixon stay out? No, he's going to come in. So, 2 Tricon Garage trucks staying out. Are they going to try to stretch it? Maybe. I don't know if you can, but Fogelman's going to try it, and at this point in this race, we'll see what he can do with 3 laps to go at the line. Well, technically 4, but this is going to really be close here. I don't know if this 15 is going to make it. He might be coming down pit road this time around, but that's going to be a very late stop. And the gap behind them, it looks like, yeah, I don't think this is the right move, possibly, but we'll see how it plays out. See how far these guys are. So, actually has a good amount of space, but unless you take 2 tires there, I don't think this is going to play out in the favor of this 15 team. We saw a Hail Mary thrown last weekend, and it worked, so Tricon Garage maybe trying to do another one. It looks like he might be coming in here. Yes, no, he's staying out. The 15 of Reggie Fogelman staying out again. Is the caution out? Yes, it is! The caution's out in this race, and this might be the end unless they don't get it going. The caution is out in this race, and Fogelman's in a great position now to win. Let's see what happened, folks, and let's go check out this replay. And here's the replay, folks. You see coming out pit road is this 38. We waited all day for it to happen, and 2 Ford teammates get into it, and that is going to bring out the caution here with 4 laps to go in this race. And we'll see if they get the restart going before we hit. I don't think we'll hit overtime here. But, man, Reggie Fogelman, what a call. They stay out, and luck falls into their hands now. So we'll see how this one plays out. They're all still racing back to the caution. That number 2 running really high there. Davey Wallace running really slow. But coming to the caution flag, it's going to be... Wow, why a lot of guys are running slow. It's going to be this 15 of Reggie Fogelman in command of this race with possibly a 2-lap shootout to the finish. So we'll see what happens here. But man, oh man, for Jorgensen and Fogelman, what do they do here? They got to preserve their tires. Unless they made a stop earlier in this race that really put them in this position, you have to think those tires on that truck are close to dead. It is a single file restart. We'll see how our first single file restart of the weekend goes. Look at Vittoria as well running 5th here. So a lot of guys in this pit cycle have made up a lot of positions. This is shifting a lot. So I'm not sure what quite's going on here. But the 43 of Davenport did have a valve issue. But the 29 and 38 of Peter Onjak got involved in it. Made contact, and that's going to bring out a caution in this race, and we might have a 1-lap shootout, maybe, not even, I don't know. This might end on a yellow. We'll see. But here they go. They're going to get it all back lined up here, and we'll see if we have any pitters. If we don't have any pitters here, we'll get back going pretty quickly on lap 31 with a 2-lap shootout. And coming to pit road is the 15 and 11. Do the 0-2 come in? No, they're staying out. So yeah, they are not gonna keep pushing it, pushing the can down the road any farther. The 15 and the 11 both come down. So we thought we would see something special here today, but no, it won't be. And it looks like we'll have a 2-lap shootout to the finish here. But wow. If it stayed green, who knows what could have happened. The 15 could have maybe stayed out and just ran it till the truck runs dry, so we'll see. And we should be restarting on this lap. Yeah, we will. Oh, a lot of dirt there. Oh, that 27 is getting back in his position. Yeah, there's many other ways you could take there, but he's going to figure it out. Oh, Fogelman, slow down. There you go. Alright. So we are coming to the restart. I don't know how this restart will go. Haven't seen a restart all night here, but yes, we are. We're going to restart with a 2-lap shootout to the finish, folks. Who's going to win this race? Will it be the 02 of Adrian Gale? Will it be the 99 of Manny Candamill Jr.? Time will tell. We thought this would run the green flag to the end, but it will not. So here we go. As all those trucks behind are still catching up, it's going to be Gale commanding this restart. The pace truck's going to take a dive into pit road, and this one is about to pop off. We'll see how they take this final turn on the pace lap. Hopefully don't make any contact here. I'm hoping not. A little bit. Oh no. Here we go though, folks. Coming to the restart. A 2-lap shootout to the finish. Who's going to win Oklahoma? Who's going to win Sonoma? 2-lap shootout to the finish. And there goes the 75 of Sierra Cooper. She's sending it. What gives at this moment to win this race? Does Candamill send it? No, he doesn't. 1, 2 more laps to go in this race. Does Candamill get it done? Sierra Cooper made a huge dive, but she's going to be in a prime position now. But Manny Candamill Jr. is making the charge for this 02 of Adrian Gale. 4 miles to go in this one. Adrian Gale has dominated all day, but will he get the win is the question. But he is gaining some time on this 99 now. Candamill Jr. hasn't had the pace all day to keep up with this 02, and that might be the race ender once he takes this white flag. No caution on the track at this time. Even if there is a caution, it will be the end of this race likely. But here we go. Coming into the final turn. Coming to the white flag. Does Candamill have anything for Gale? Is the question. It doesn't quite look like it. White flag here at Sonoma. One more lap to go for the SO2 team. They've dominated every lap in this race. Can they get it done? Young's Roper Racing, a really fast team. Brought 2 fast trucks here tonight. One isn't running too well right now, but the other is leading this race and commanding it. Does Candamill take any late lunge? What is left under that number 99's hood? It is a chase down from now. You can't make any mistakes if you're this 02 team. Coming through the final S's here at Sonoma. The Australian Adrian Gale. Sponsored by Brunt. Made his start in Las Vegas. Fared himself pretty well amongst others. But as he comes in the final turn, it looks like he's going to get his first in our Truck Night in America win. Does Candamill make a late lunge? He's got nothing left. Coming to the checkered flag. Issues for 10 on pit road. But it doesn't matter. The 02 of Adrian Gale is going to win at Sonoma. What a win by this 02 team. They dominate all night, and they're going to get the important win on the record book, as they're going to be the first winner as we're coming to the line. A really close finish there. A lot of guys on pit road maybe having some issues. But what a win by the 02 team. Adrian Gale, the Australian's going to win it here at Sonoma. This team's going to burn it down. What a great win. They really earned it here tonight. And just a great flat-out performance. We'll get into the race results after this burnout.